where you learn the secrets of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases, the secrets of the universe itself. This is Kurt Wilhelm, your host of the Social Universe Talk Show, and welcome back from the break. We are joined today by Tony from Liberty Tax, who runs a couple of franchise locations and is in the middle of expanding. So definitely welcome back, and appreciate you joining us today. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about business to business, businesses who are filing taxes, and some of the things to consider if you're a small business owner, strategy-wise. Tony, what advice would you give a small business owner that is thinking about creating the best strategy? Maybe they're on a Schedule C currently and want to know the best classification to use.
If you are currently the sole proprietor of a business, say a contractor, carpenter, landscaper, some of you work basically for yourself on your own hours with your own clients, you're going to be filing a Schedule C. So it's very important that you keep copies of all of your expense records, receipts from Home Depot or whatever. And actually technology can help you in that way, because if you have a smartphone, the best thing to do is to take a photograph of that receipt or invoice that you give your client or whatever and email it to yourself. And you have a permanent time-stamped record of that receipt. So when that temperature sensitive Home Depot receipt sits in your car and fades to nothing in a day.
That a lot.
and trust me, I get a lot of those. It's a contemporaneous record of your expenses and your income. You can do the same thing with your receipts or your invoices that you give your client. Then you don't have to worry about the shoebox and the paper, and if I lost this receipt, what am I going to do? I have my clients email me their receipts, and I put it in my QuickBooks program, and then you can do what you want to with the paper. I have a permanent e-file of it.
That's a great idea.
That's easy for most people, because not too many of us are still running around with flip phones. Most of us have a phone with a camera on it, and that's all you need. You need a camera, and you need to email it to yourself or to your bookkeeper or whoever's putting that stuff in your software, or just keeping a file. And keep a folder on your desktop that says receipts for 2012.
That's a great idea. What about some people think that, well, it's documented on my credit card. I mean, is there not enough information there for the IRS to, it says Home Depot $30, but they don't know exactly what it's for potentially?
Yeah, you need to keep the receipt, because you can also buy other things at Home Depot that have nothing to do with your business. Mm-hmm. I can buy $50 Visa cards at Home Depot. So sure. I could have a huge bill for $2,000 at Home Depot and not have bought one piece of equipment. The IRS they're onto that. There's a lot of fraud in those kinds of things. Gotcha. So it's much better to have an itemized receipt of what you have, especially if you use your business credit cards once in a while for things that are not business related. And you may be at a gas station with your own car and you don't have another car and you got to put gas in the car. Sure. You don't keep that receipt for your business purposes. But so in general, credit card receipts are great to show the date that something was paid for, mm-hmm. but it doesn't say what you bought with it. So
gotcha.
It's not really that helpful.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's important for a small business owner to know, or any business owner to know, for that matter. As far as strategies for, well, I should probably just say they should talk to you individually whether they would want to go into a C corporation status or S corporation status or remain a sole proprietor. There's also, I don't think you're acting as an attorney, but you can at least talk to them about some of the basic reasons legally why they might pick an LLC over an S corp or whatever the case might be. But
absolutely, and we don't, and most of us Liberty Tax office owners are not attorneys, not CPAs. We have a lot of enrolled agents, so we have a great deal of tax experience. I can help you in understanding what your benefits would be with one structure over another. If you get to the point where you're going to start hiring employees, I can definitely help you with telling you what you're required to do as an employer and filing reports and quarterly reports and your taxes that you're responsible for with employees. I can guide you to an insurance company to get the proper business insurance. I can tell you what licenses you need to get. I can help people move from working alone in the back of their truck toward a business, a corporation, if they want an LLC or DBA, setting up that they need to set up a business account separate with their business name attached to it. All these types of things that help move you from a, hey, this is a hobby that I make a little money at, to I got a business and I'm expanding and I have too many clients and I need to hire other people, and moving on up the line to where you're renting your own space and you're doing your work out of a separate space from your home. All these things require different licenses, insurance, and tax structures. So it's helpful to have someone who wants to work with you and get you there year over year.
This is a little bit off the wall question, but there are a lot of small business owners that are approached to create Nevada corporations, and they claim, hey, there's no income tax up there in Nevada. What should they not fall prey to in that whole concept?
Well, in general, there are not enough benefits to offset those risks. You set up where the work is done. I mean, if you do the work in Arizona, you file in Arizona, you pay your taxes in Arizona. If you try to do that thing where I'm going to set up a corporation in Delaware because the corporate structure is better for this or that, it used to be kind of a hot thing to do back in the 90s. Not so much anymore because a lot of loopholes have been closed. And the governments care about where the work is done. So unless you're strictly an internet company and you don't have a home base or a warehouse, you pretty much need to file all of your LLC paperwork, DBAs, or whatever in the state that you do your business in.
All right, very good. I think that's a lot of small business owners may have heard that through the rumor mill.
There are really not that many benefits to it. I don't know why that got to be such a big hobby.
Something I'll throw out there too is that I don't know if it's because it's a scarcer resource now, but Nevada corporations are getting taxed more, not taxes, but the fees are going up.
Well, this is just it. Taxes have to be passed through regulation. Fees can be tacked on by agencies and administrations. So when you get your phone bill may have a state and local tax, but then you'll have 5 or 6 fees that are just these arbitrary, 50 cents here, $1.50 there, and you have no idea what they're for. You really don't have any recourse because they can assign a fee in any structure that the company wants to or the agency wants to.
Absolutely. I think we've been able to demonstrate that Liberty Tax definitely knows their stuff. Let's share your phone number one last time, and we'll be the end of our show.
It's libertytax.com. The phone number is 866-871-1040.
And again, and the website, libertytax.com.
Libertytax.com.
And thanks again for tuning into the Social Universe, and we look forward to you tuning in next week from Tuesday 2 to 3 Arizona Standard Time.